The genre of action game feels like the most broad and versatile form of gaming in the known universe, right? There's so many different series that feel so incredibly different from each other that end up being in this same family of games. There's your heroes, the angry gods, the shinobi strikers, etc, etc. But among these games lie two GOAT franchises. Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, stand up! Are these objectively the greatest action games of all time? I don't know. I ain't really thought about it like that, but like, yeah, these two games share so much in common though. It's beautiful. Peak game. The relationship between Devil May Cry and Bayonetta is kind of like what Fatal Fury and Street Fighter got going on. Both series share the same creators who then left their respective studios to build a similar style game at a different company. That's why it feels like there's so much shared DNA oozing out of these two, and that just so happens to create legendary goated games. Bayonetta and Dante are some of the greatest action game main characters of all time, and they low-key are the same person. They're both goofy as hell with the most insane, cracked, busted, overpowered abilities in the known universe, but they're goofy in very different ways. Bayonetta's eccentric, kind of like the Doctor. Hey, not gonna lie, I'm probably just saying that because they both British, but she has this eccentric, larger than life vibe about her. I mean, she is also like 9 feet tall on some One Piece shit, so that probably has something to do with it too. You feel me? Dante wacky as hell too though. Carrying your Buster Sword sized blade in a guitar case is some of the coolest shit I ever laid eyes upon though. They also both have entire dance numbers just for the sake of vibes too. Bayo's also charged with almighty levels of sexuality too, but Dante also kind of has that quality about him, but like, I guess it's more subtle. Am I making this up? I feel like this is true, but now that I'm actually saying it out loud, I don't know how true this is. What Dante got going on, bruh? Somebody tell me. Somebody let me know. They're both generally some stylish ass motherfuckers too, who will not hesitate to look almighty saucy while bodying armies of demons slash angels. There's also the dual wielding pistols with the big sword, and while Bayonetta doesn't have a big sword, well, I guess this is pretty big, but she's primarily known for quadruple wielding pistols on all of her limbs, which is so fire. And Dante's Rebellion is actually one of the cleanest swords I've ever bore witness to though. Are you looking at this? I genuinely lost a couple years off my lifespan when it got destroyed, bro. This new shit is just not the same as my GOAT blade. Bayonetta gets a new set of some fire every game, and my personal favorite between the three games is Love is Blue, but Color My World is clean too. These are all such excellent names for weapons too, bro. Look, Love is Blue, Color My World, Scarborough Fair, bro. Bayonetta weapon names is too clean. Them shit is fire. Devil May Cry does a great job at that too. Ebony and Ivory, Rebellion, they was in the kitchen cooking fire with these weapons. They both get out the ass weapons throughout their games, but these are like their main kits that everybody knows them for. The same way we all know Link to have a sword and shield, but that nigga actually got every type of weapon in the known universe hiding somewhere on him. Bayo and Dante's actual origins aren't that far off from each other either. One is a half human, half demon devil hunter who gets paid to handle weird supernatural occurrences slash kill demons on some John Constantine timing, and the other is a half witch, half sage who spends her time hunting angels and demons. I don't know if she gets paid to do that though. How does she be making bread? Hey, look, I don't mean a pocket watch, but you seen the intro to Bayonetta 2, bruh. We know she got money, but how? My personal intro to the Devil May Cry franchise was through the first game my brothers and I ever owned on PS3, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the GOAT! I immediately peeked the realest nigga on screen, Dante, and I was like, I gotta know more about this man now. Then I found out this man had an anime, and I binged all 12 episodes in the span of a day. Now, how much of this series do I actually remember? Not a lot, TBH. But this is low-key one of my favorite Dante designs to this day. And that show's opening, oh my goodness, peak. That's how you know I was truly good. It didn't even need lyrics to be stuck in my head for the next 10 plus years. That's peak. And I think this is where the whole sword hiding in guitar case thing came from too. Hey, and this new series looks like it's about to be some flames too. I cannot for the life of me tell where in the timeline it's gonna take place though, but hey, it's still gonna be cool. I do have a confession though. I got a little confession. I've only ever actually played one of these games. I won't say which one because it's only gonna make it worse, but I did watch those all cutscenes with a little gameplay spliced in there, compilations that basically turn them into movies. So I'm very familiar with the stories and characters of these games, but I ain't really played them like that. I simply did not have the means to play these games for a while, so the movie versions were the next best thing. You gotta understand, we can't gatekeep these games that we all love. Look, I love these games too. I ain't played them, but I love them. It's a beautiful world how that works. Bayonetta, however, was a whole different story. All 3 of those games were some heat. I played the demo for 2 on Wii U like 11 separate times, bruh. That shit was just so good. Then they put 1 and 2 on Switch, and I bought them shits frame 1 and played the ever-loving out of those games. And then after years of silence, 3 finally came out, and of course I was seated day 1 for that too. I never did watch her animated movie though, but I'm pretty sure that was just an adaptation of the first game, right? Devil May Cry 5 definitely stuck the landing more in terms of its plot, but Bayonetta 3's gameplay is still goated. And the No Way Home ass moment in the final act was kind of fire, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was kind of fire. Did it make any sense? No, it made 0 sense. None of it made any sense, but it was lit. That shit was lit. And then they died. Why? Don't. Later. Bayonetta games have pretty much always been carried by character and gameplay rather than the raw plot itself though, so can't be that disappointed. I do think it's cool that her 3rd game follows a grown-up version of the alternate mini Cereza we met in the first game, hence why she looks so drastically different from the first 2 games, and also sounds different too. I completely forgot that she got a whole new voice actor. They did her so motherfucking dirty though, dog. My personal favorite Bayo design has gotta be her look in the 2nd game. Peep the short hair with the sharp ass shoulders that lead into her sleeves that have a flowy cape type bead attached to them, but it's made out of her hair. That's actually legendary, dog. I simply have no other words to say. That's legendary. Seiko Ayase has made me appreciate her Bayo 1 look a lot more too. Not gonna lie, shout out Dandadan. The skirt made of hair on her Bayo 3 design is kinda flames too. Deciding on my favorite Dante design is low-key hard as cause look at his look in DMC3, dog! The long flowy red coat with the titties out is elite. The bangs in his face are vibes as too. What do them UK boys be calling him? A fringe cut? I'm feeling international, bro. Let me call it fringe, bro. Dante with the fringe cut is clean, bro. DMC4 will always have a special place in my heart, but his look in 5 feels like the best of all worlds. And also, shout out middle part Dante. Actually, I take it all back, bro. His look in the anime is simply undefeated. Dante and Bayo also have the most legendary silver hair counterparts. Virgil and Jean are both some of my favorite characters in these series, and they both had the greatest boss fights of all time. Bar for bar, boxing in both games. Bayo and Jean aren't siblings the way Virgil and Dante are, and I think that changes a lot about their relationship in comparison. Dante and Virgil can work together, but they be fighting a lot. In fact, they're literally still boxing to this day. Meanwhile, Bayo and Jean are the homiest of homies, dude. Maybe a little more, question mark? I don't know. Bayo 3 has some multiverse going on, so we don't know if she ends up with Luca in every universe or not. Both of these games also end up having their legendary stylish ass golden main characters pass the torch onto the next generation. Nero and Viola represent the new age, and their relation to their predecessors ain't that far off either. Nero is Dante's nephew and Virgil's son, while Viola is the daughter of one of these Bayonettas. I like that we got 2 games with Nero to really ease him into the role of main character, but Viola kind of just had Bayo 3, which is okay, but they did not have to do the entire cast so astronomically dirty to usher in her new era, bruh. Why did everybody get Swiss cheese? At least the GOAT lived though, but damn. Nero and Viola both have some legendary ass voice actors too, bruh. Johnny Young Bosch the God and Anna Brisbane the GOAT. It's so weird using her government name because I've really only ever known her online as Brizzy Voices. I know there's no way it could ever happen, but oh my goodness, a crossover between these two would be the most craziest, most. That shit would destroy the planet. Nero versus Viola. We need that death battle. Sequel to the, you feel me? Sequel death battle, you know what I'm saying? I just really wish Viola had a more organic transition into the main character role the way Nero did. Also, Dante and Virgil really could come back whenever, right? Hey, but hold on, I can't go this entire video without shouting out the real GOAT of the Bayonetta franchise, Rodon, my God! This is my Santa Claus. I don't care what nobody say. And their hidden fate against each other is actually so good. Is this top 5 boss fights of all time? But yeah, I've definitely played more Bayonetta games versus Devil May Cry, but I've known about DMC and its world for significantly longer, so I feel like it balances out a little, right? It would probably make like 0 sense whatsoever, but I hope somewhere in the cosmos, bruh, that these two take place in the same universe somehow, some way. If Street Fighter and Fatal Fury could do it, right? As a nigga that enjoys fighting games more than any other genre, I'm very happy these two found a way into the world of fighting games one way or another, you feel me? MVC, Smash Bros, look, I'm just happy to be here, or rather, I'm happy that they're here, you feel me? Also, look, bruh, I ain't gonna lie, I've been thinking this for the past like 2 years now. Is it just me, or does Bayonetta 2 look better than 3 visually? That's just me. 3 is objectively the better game though, don't get it twisted. 3 is objectively the better game. I think 2 is still my favorite, just like I feel like, nah, 3 is just a better game, I ain't gonna lie. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit kind of sort of, maybe possibly sick as hell recording this, so if I sound a little bit like Suyuasui, bear with me. I probably shouldn't have been screaming this video, but my is Bayo and Dante, come on, need some go. But yeah, shout out Bayonetta, shout out DMC, and shout out you.
I can't feel my face right now, I'm burning up. I got this feeling that I won't come down like, got this feeling that I won't come down like, got this feeling that I won't come down like, I can't feel my